So, Ronnie, I wanted to let's take a step back now. Let's talk to the newbies out there. When is the ideal time for them to be hitting you up, man, for your services? So I'm assuming, from what you were saying before, step one is to start off with a website. Am I right by saying that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think we talked about this once before, and I think it depends on where you're at. If you've saved money to invest into this business as a startup, and you've got that extra capital to put toward a website, start with a good website. Maybe you don't. You can start build. You can build your own on GoDaddy or Wix or Squarespace. Like I have, as a website guy, it pains me to see that if when people do it for long periods of time. But just to get yourself going until you can afford a good website, perfectly fine. Yes, it's 2025. You need to start with a website, whether that means you do it yourself quickly just to get going and, to attach it to your Google business profile, or you pay someone like me to build you out a professional website right out of the gate, like you did, which I think is a wise way to do it if you've got that capital saved up. And by the way, my recommendation is have at least 5 to 10 grand saved up before you jump into any business. It helps. It gives you a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of breathing room when you start to make that happen. And
Yeah,
so,
I second that, man. I'm right in that stage right now, and I couldn't
yeah,
imagine if I didn't have like a bank behind me, what I'd be feeling right now. The anxiety, the stress. I mean,
oh yeah,
especially if you're financing and you're doing all these other, you got all these payments and you're not making much business and you're just spending a lot of money at the beginning right now. It does get a little nerve wracking and all that. But
that's how I did it.
so when we first start off and everything, what should they get when they contact you? Like, is there different websites, like different websites? Like, kind of let's go over everything so that people know, like, when they contact you, what they're asking for and all.
Yeah, so we're building out a tier system right now. So we've never really had like a very clear, hey, here's what a minimum website costs. Now I'll tell people that on a call, but we've never had it like on our website, and that wasn't intentional. Like we weren't trying to hide it. We just never had the time because when we build it out, we want it to really make sense and make sure it shows like here's all the pages, here's the amount of content you're going to get. So we're actually building that out, and probably before the end of this month that edit will be live and it'll show all of our pricing and everything you get with that pricing. A lot of marketing agencies don't do that because they want to kind of fill you out, and if they think they can sell you at a higher rate, they will. Um, for me, it's just like here's the pricing. If you're not ready for it, that's fine. We want to work with clients that are ready for it. When someone comes to us, um, we're not going to work with anyone unless they're doing about $15,000 a month in gross revenue. Okay, that's kind of our baseline, and we don't do that because people doing less than that aren't good enough to work with us. But we get people making less than that want to, and then in the past we've allowed them to come on and work with us, but we are a super high expense to someone making less than 15 grand a month, right? And they very quickly go from yeah, we're willing to wait for this to work and we're willing to be patient to oh my god, I'm spending all my marketing dollars on you, and it's been 2 months and I'm not getting calls. Well, that's not how SEO works. But when we're that higher expense, the expectations change. And so what we found is for clients making about $15,000 roughly or more, they have built the business to a point where yes, we're still a decent expense, but we're not going to break their business, right? And they're able to give us the time we need to get leads flowing in. Um, and so that's first of all, I think if you're going to work with an agency that's quality, it's likely not going to be cheap because they need to be incentivized to go and do the work for you. If you find someone that's cheap, I'm not saying that they're all bad. I'm just saying be cautious. Um, because look, if I was charging a guy $500 a month and I have 40 other clients, the guy that I'm charging $500 a month, he's not going to be a priority. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Whereas if I have all of my clients who are higher paying clients who have already proven that they can get their business to 15 grand a month by themselves, that they really don't need me. They just need me to take what they're already doing well and get it in front of more eyeballs. That's the guy that's going to see success in what we're doing. And that's the kind of client that we want to work with because that's the guy we're going to get results for because he's already proven it. He's already grinding.